Hey guys, so today we're going to look at the pendulum and how to use it and what you can use it for. So let's start first with the pendulum itself. So it's basically a stone, crystal, rock, something that has a bit of weight, and it's connected to a string, a chain, maybe there's some beads on it, some stones. It could be really any stone, so when you pick one out, really pick the one that you connect with the most. And I would do some research on the actual stone to see why you were connected to that one, right? Are there any blockages that you need to help with this particular stone, and how can it help you, right? So we're going to use it really to balance our energies. There are lots of different ways you can ask questions and use it. We'll get into that. So first, the main thing is you have to figure out what your language is. So your language means there are different patterns that it can take. So it can go in a clockwise circle, counterclockwise, a bit more ovally, go in straight lines, either, horizontally like this or outside vertically. Lots of different directions it could go. So first thing you're going to do is ask a simple question. What is a yes for me? So for me, a yes. What is a yes for me? Now, you could say the question out loud or in your head, but just know the first few times when you say it in your head, it might not work as well, just because when you say it out loud, you have a lot more confidence, right? And your energy is a lot clearer. So you might see it a lot more. But it's okay, just keep practicing, keep using it, and it'll be easier to use it, easier to understand the messages, okay? So next question, we're just going to see, what is a no? So for me, what is a no? This one is a counterclockwise circle for me. And what is a maybe? So a maybe can be many different things. So for me, it's a straight line and going outwards, right? So it can mean that you're not ready for the question, that you're not sure, that your spirit guides are not sure what the question is, or that it's just not time to know the answer to that question, right? So there are lots of different ways that you can ask questions. You could actually do little drawings and ask yes, no, maybe, kind of questions. See, for money, for relationships, for school, really anything you could think of, health. Okay, for me, one of the things I like to do is I'll check my chakras. So you can do that for yourself or for someone else, for a client, for your animal. I'm gonna look at the chakras with you with my little meditating frog. So first chakra on the bottom, root chakra. So it's at the base of the spine. So this is all about your money, finances, home, your family, any type of deep-rooted insecurities that you may have. It's all about your survival instincts, right? So when you're looking at your different chakras, you can use it the same way. For a yes is a positive, no is negative, and maybe is something that you need to work on, right? So the next chakra, so the first one was red, the next one is orange, and it's the sacral chakra. It's really right below the navel. So it's your reproductive organs, it's your sexuality, your sensuality, and your creativity, right? So are you allowing yourself to be creative? How creative are you being? Your solar plexus. So this one is yellow, and it's right over here, above the rib cage, right in the middle. And this one represents your power and your sense of self. So maybe you're feeling a bit, not so confident. That's your solar plexus being like, I don't know exactly who I am right now, right? Maybe if you're going through a lot of changes, your solar plexus, maybe a bit difficult. You may be having a bit of trouble breathing, really. Next is your heart chakra. So this governs the realm of emotions, of love, and all that stuff. So relationships, things that you haven't really dealt with, your triggers, how are you dealing with them? How are you expressing those things? How are you letting go of your emotions that you don't need anymore, right? So you may feel blockages here, and you're going to be very maybe depressed, maybe feeling distant from other people, Maybe in relationships you're having trouble feeling connected, feeling in love, right? So next, so that one was green, and the throat chakra is blue. So this is a very calm energy when it's balanced. If your throat chakra is caught up and blocked, it means you're gonna have trouble expressing things. It's your trouble in how you speak, how you express yourself. Maybe you need to talk to someone. Maybe you need to let out emotions that you haven't for a very long time. Maybe you speak in a way that's kind of hurtful to others, and you need to think about how you express yourself more so that you can get what you need out there and communicate better, right? Next is, so the blue one here, it's actually purple. It's the third eye chakra. So this one is right here between the brows, and it governs your inner self, your inner guide, your intuition, and it's really when you have a gut feeling about something or someone, maybe you'll be walking down the street and you're like, I have a bad feeling about this person. Maybe you feel like this person is lying to you, has lied to you. Trust that gut feeling. You are more often than not right. It's also with practice. The more you believe in it, the more you trust your intuition, the more you're going to be right more of the time, and you're going to be connected to that gut, which knows what's right and wrong for you. Okay. So next one is the crown chakra. So that's the last one. It's really at the top of the head, right over here, my little froggy. And this is your connection to spirit. It's your connection to source, God, nirvana, nature, whatever you want to call it. So everyone has a different word, and it's not only trusting your inner guide, but this is trusting the outside messages that you are receiving from your spirit guides, from God, from nature. It's connecting with what's outside of you, the energies that are outside of you that you don't control, right? So the universe has lots of lessons to give you, and if your crown chakra, and especially your third eye chakra, if you're not listening to spirit, you're not listening to your intuition, you may be having migraines, you may have a lot of conflicting thoughts, and you don't know exactly how to pinpoint things, you don't know exactly what to do, right? It's hard to make a decision, and that's because, well, you're not trusting. You're not trusting that things happen for a reason and that there are lessons to learn in things, right? Trust that you can make a decision. You can. You know what to do, really. You know what to do, I'm sure. I believe in you. Okay, you can do it. So this is your chakras. So what you're going to do, let's say if I were looking at my heart chakra, you're going to bring the stone to your chakra. So this is really the heart, and I'm going to ask how my heart chakra is doing. So you already know what your yes, no, and maybe are. So right now here I have a yes. It's positive, right? So that means my heart chakra is open. So depending on the different chakras, you'll see which ones are open, blocked, which ones need a bit more work, maybe right now. And if you have questions, you can ask me about that if you want. You could also look it up on Google, really simple about the chakras, about where they connect to in the body and what you can do to alleviate that stress and those blockages, okay? So what else? What else can we do with the pendulum? I use it sometimes to find things that I've lost. For example, let's say you lost your keys. So I'm just gonna use it here, and I'm gonna ask, where are my keys? Let's see, where are my keys? Can you show me where my keys are? Pretty please, pretty please. Show where are my keys? So it's not very obvious, but it's kind of leaning that way. Right? It's kind of leaning towards that way, and right there on my wall, my keys are hanging. So if you're looking for something, you haven't been able to find it in different ways, this is a good way. I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know. Pendulum is a very useful tool for many different things. Okay, so I really suggest that you get one if you haven't already, and you play around with it. So practice makes perfect, and you'll find different ways you can connect to your plants, see how healthy they are, animals, yourself really, maybe other people. When you're making a decision, you know, I'll do my pick of cards and I'll allow my pendulum to tell me, like, is it number 1, 2, 3, or 4? And it'll tell me yes or no for each pile. So there it is. How to use a pendulum and what it's good for, what kind of questions you can ask. So let me know if you have any more questions about this, and I'll see you next time.